Welcome to Gray Areas for September 2nd, 2025, episode 688. And for the people who are watching live and on the video version of this and not the podcast, what may be as notable as who's not on the screen is who is on the screen.
I'd like to spend this time. It's funny. We started this podcast in 2011. I was unmarried, didn't have any children. Then we talked about it on the show where I had children. This one in particular, right here. This is now my 11-year-old daughter who has been to Disneyland 12 times, many times. So we feel that she's a bit of an authority on this topic. So this is Caitlin, my daughter, who is here to give the youth's opinion on Disneyland rides.
How do you feel about making your debut 11 years in now?
Yeah, it's cool.
Well,
it's the best we got.
Two of the other people who are not here for the audio listeners who don't know what's going on are Cody and Sean. We'll get to that soon. Cody's running a little late. Gonna have to have a production talk about what 8 o'clock means.
I mean, I'm aware. Hold on, let me double check. Caitlin, my 11-year-old, do you know what 8 o'clock means?
Like, what do you mean?
Like to be on camera at 8 o'clock. Do you know what that means?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because she was on camera at 8 o'clock. So, Cody at least warned you. I don't know about Sean. Where is he? what happened to him? He lives in the house.
It's a great question. We'll never know the answer. I will eventually tweak the volume. Cody's probably going to walk in, set the dogs off. That'll be audio. It'll be wonderful for people's ears. It's fine. It's going to be fine.
So
go ahead.
Where we at with this? Like, we should probably do some of Sean's favorites right now since he's not here. So, I think he would definitely put Small World up in the S tier. So let's just put that down in the D tier right now, right?
Theoretically, I mean, we're supposed to be starting with Rise of the Resistance because the other ones before it, since the list reshuffled itself back where it was, were all ones that we skipped pretty much intentionally. I mean, we've talked about how most of them are just sort of point A to point B things and not so much rides. But Rise of the Resistance is one of the main ones we're going to talk about today. And then when we finally have everything in the list, we can talk about it as a whole and just see, like, okay, the thing that we ranked as the third one on the list, did it hold up where it was, or do we need to move it around?
Sorry.
Hey, Sean.
Hi. I like, oh, Caitlin's like, oh, nice of you to show up. Without Cody here as my internal alarm clock, I was like, oh, so I got way behind. But I'm here.
If only there were devices that had numbers on them that would indicate where in the space-time continuum we were currently sitting.
I know. I wish I had any of those.
Some device like you could wear on your wrist, perhaps.
Yeah, but that's just for steps. Yeah.
And
maybe some other event timekeeping pieces.
Yeah, exactly. Now I have food cooking, but we can get started. I'm gonna run and grab it. We have to introduce Caitlin to the normal procedure of the show, which is dinner time as we record.
That's true. Sean does eat every single time.
Yeah.
I think just to make me upset. I think that's what happens specifically. He does that to make me mad.
So we're going to wait for Caitlin's opinion on the rest of the tier list until we're done. So let's just, I guess, jump into
we're in Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
We're skipping a few. Okay.
We could maybe skip around. I mean, you tell me. That's one that Cody could have seen with the stream, right?
Yeah, actually. And he probably, I have to imagine he did.
So I think we should try and hit one that was
wait.
not on Disney Plus just to buy him some time.
Honestly, why don't we look at Small World? Because I do have some interesting, I don't know how this is going to go, having a younger person here with us versus our nostalgia that comes from it, or lack thereof of nostalgia. So
yeah,
how about Small World?
I can start. I hate it.
Right.
I really don't like it. Now, in Christmas time, again, that's like my adjustment for all of these. It's better. The music's a little more interesting and the decorations are cool, but I guess there's nostalgia, but at the cost of it kind of looks old. It kind of looks, I don't know, a little bit run down. There's zero thrill. You're just in a boat. Like, I don't know. There's nothing for me that works or that I care about. Plus it kind of drives you insane because it's the same song over and over again. So, like, for me, it's a D. I never want to ride this ride. And I did it once because I wanted to see it during Christmas time, and then that was it.
I it's weird to go on a ride like Rise of the Resistance or Runaway Railway or something like that,
Yeah.
and then switch into Small World where it's from the 60s or 70s or whatever it was, and it's like, oh, these are animatronics that just spin and pivot and that's it and do nothing else. Like
Right.
it's jarring to see that in the same park, but
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, little one?
So, the song, when you're not on the ride, it's the most annoying thing in the world. But when you, I mean, it's okay. It's definitely meant for like younger kids.
Yeah.
I'd say. And the animatronics are definitely older than like Rise of the Resistance. But like it's not my least favorite ride in the world.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's probably not my least favorite ride either, but yeah, it's probably top 5 least favorite. I really, I really don't like it. And like you can say, like, yeah, I get some credit for being nostalgic. It's like, yeah, but like, it still kind of sucks. I don't know. Maybe I'm too harsh. Cody, what do you think about Small World?
I didn't watch it.
Imagine this: you're in a boat going half a mile an hour,
Okay.
and they're playing.
might be
It's a
too
Small
fast.
World
Yeah.
for probably, I don't know,
7
10,
minutes. I think it's like 7 minutes long.
7 minutes long.
The song is 7 minutes long, or the
On loop.
ride is 7 minutes long?
The ride and the song. It's a loop of the song. They don't
How
stop.
long is the song with different lyrics?
Each zone is, I don't know, 90 seconds.
Oh,
of
that
a
doesn't sound fun at all.
different language. I mean, I'm spitballing, but
Doesn't sound very fun.
now I don't know if this is a Christmas thing or if they do this all the time, but they started doing like when you're like in China, you'll see like Mulan puppets, and when you're in the desert, you'll see Aladdin puppets. And that at least is like, oh, they're Disney movies.
I think that changes your brain, how it works for like 45 seconds. You're like, oh, it's different.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
like
you're
I'm
okay,
grasping
cool.
at anything. Give me something to
What-
think of.
Okay, but what is the line like since you're so...
Not too bad. Usually.
because no one's going on it?
No, well, it's not too bad, but it's worse than it should be. Honestly, for a ride like this. Yeah.
I don't know if I can judge it, but you're not selling it very well.
And it's like in the part of the park, Dave, where like it looks like the sun is just beating down on you, and there's like nothing interesting around you, and you gotta like seek it out. And why would
It's
you?
the back of the park.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm gonna let you guys talk.
It's,
I gotta grab my pasta.
Is this the most famous ride at Disneyland? Now,
Most annoying one.
famous and
That's bad.
infamous are one and the same. They're sides of the same coin. But is this the most famous ride at Disneyland?
I mean, it is kind of almost what people associated with Disneyland for a long period of time because of the song, I think.
I think for-
And before the 90s, it like, and when they started getting all the better rides, kind of, yeah.
I think for someone like me who has only gone like twice in his entire lifetime, and if you were and I don't know, I mean now obviously I know better and I do know a little bit better in general. But if I was like name a ride there, I'd be like, I don't know, I know It's a Small World is there. Like I think I would default to that for like the basic person might say that. And so if that's what your version of like famous is, you might be right.
I'm trying to give it some credit. I have come around a little bit on this ride over time, and I'm certainly not going to put it any higher than like a B, to be very clear. But I do think I obviously have been leaning a little bit more towards some of the OGs on this list as time goes on. And I think, if anything, the contrast between a classic ride like this and the much more engaging and interesting and exciting rides like Rise of the Resistance and others we've already mentioned does actually help its case more than it hurts. To me, having a contrast and different things you can go on and different things for different age groups is a good thing. I don't want Disneyland to be all thrill rides. So I don't necessarily dock it too much for that. The song can be quite grating, even with the variants. So I have this like middle of B. I will warn you in advance. Callie has this in A.
That's got to be pure nostalgia.
There's some bad takes.
Like,
That's the worst. I can't hold my tongue anymore. B and A.
I will
Like-
not be silent.
Oh God, I'm trying to think of something nostalgia that's like awful, and it's like, yeah, it existed, sure,
The Goonies.
but it sucks. So, top of A, I don't know. It's all,
I mean,
but you know what?
not-
Like my parents, they want to ride it every time we go.
Not top of A, just
It's-
in A.
It's cool in the summer. There's water. I just think even though I don't like this point from Dave, like if you're looking for a cool water ride in the summer to cool down, you have like a bunch of better options than Small World. So,
Talked about
Yeah.
one
most
of them
famous
already.
ride in Disneyland? I gotta
I've
think.
correlated that.
God, I don't know.
Well,
but
but like I was saying, when
I
you went
wouldn't think
downstairs,
it's this one.
not to the people who go to Disneyland, but to like the basic person who just knows Disneyland exists. There's a chance that they name that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Unfortunately.
I don't have the perspective of not going to Disneyland, so I can't.
Oh yeah,
argue
yeah, yeah.
this.
You couldn't even imagine what that would be like,
Yeah.
so it's too hard for you. Okay.
Exactly.
Is this the first
So,
one you've ranked
I'm
since I was, late?
Yes.
Yes.
As a kid, I hated it.
Go ahead,
As an
Dave.
adult, I maybe like it even worse. Go ahead. Sorry.
I can't understand Sean because he's eating. I'm gonna put this in lowest of C for me, and it's because two reasons that I'm putting it in lowest of C. One, the fact of the fame and nostalgia is there a little bit. Two, you mentioned the heat, and you mentioned there's better rides that can exist. Fun, quick story time. When she was a baby, about 2 months old, we were all burning our faces off because it was like July 3rd in Disneyland. And it was 95 on that day, and she was crying because it was too hot. We waited in a 0-minute line for It's a Small World, and the air conditioning has never felt better than in that moment on that ride. The song was tolerable because I had air conditioning in my face in that moment.
That's because you zoned
a
out
very
and you weren't even
personal
listening. You were just listening to the breeze go through
I
your
gotta-
brain.
See, you know what? This will be
And
my
she stopped crying.
probably my hottest take of the whole day. So I'm going to push back a little bit of when you're on Pirates and you get the air conditioning, that's like a bonus of an already good ride. If
Yes.
the main benefit
If the
is
perk of the
fact
ride
that
is
it's-
AC.
oh, I almost cussed, is the fact that it's air conditioning, then like I think that's a sign that your ride sucks. I'm
Yeah,
going like
but
D
also this-
because I think it's terrible. I can't go
I
F.
would have been D other than that. Other than that, I probably would. That bumped it up to like the lowest of C for me.
I'd say low C.
All right, low C, low C.
I can't make a judgment because I've
And
never
we
been
had
on.
I mean, it's C then.
Yeah, let's put it with the
I
other
think
older
that's a good
rides.
spot to put it.
There you go.
The batch
Yeah.
of old rides.
That's a good spot.
All right, let's go back to Rise of the
right.
Resistance then, since the cast is here.
All right, Cody, you watched this one. Hey, you shouldn't start though. Like we should have somebody who actually.
Well,
You should
Kayla,
probably have
why
someone
don't
who
you start?
actually has ridden it. Yes.
Yeah, Kayla, why don't you start?
Okay. Basically, this ride is probably the coolest one there.
Wow.
Just like the different things that you go through, like you like get captured by the bad guys. And then you break your way out of there. And then my favorite part is when you drop in the escape pod. And like overall, it's just a really good experience. And like they didn't like make it like too much meant for older kids or younger kids. They put it like right in the middle, so that I think almost everyone who goes on it enjoys it. I think it's a really good ride, and that Disney designed it very well.
So it's like S tier for you.
Yeah.
Is it like your 1-1? Is it the best ride in Disneyland to you?
No.
Okay, all right. Then we'll wait to
Say,
get to
like-
what is the best, but okay, S tier for sure. Dave, why don't you go? We'll do the Robinson to start it off. The Robinson.
Yeah, Rise of the Resistance to me, that along with the Cars ride opened up to me a new level of technology in Disneyland, because before we had stuff that was like Buzz Lightyear, which was pretty good as far as technology goes. It was new. We had like the Haunted Mansion, the Tower of Terror or the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which was like newer technology. Indiana Jones, again, that was newer technology. But Rise of the Resistance to me is like this whole breakthrough of technology where they've never had anything that cool before. The cars that don't run on tracks because they're programmed specifically to have their paths. The special effects of the lightsaber coming through the wall.
Oh my god.
The wall being pulled back, and you cannot. I have looked on video. I have tried to find the cracks in that wall. You can't find it. The holographic projections that come, so it looks like Kylo Ren is standing there. The magnetic resistance that comes when you're on the little buggy ride, where it feels like Kylo Ren is pulling you with the Force. There are so many things that Disney broke barriers and broke boundaries with, I think, in this. So it's not my 1-1, but it's probably 1-2 or 1-3. I don't know if I put it above Pirates or not.
So this is the
It's way
same.
up there.
It's the same technology that is in the railroad ride,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I don't know. Overall, I don't know how I feel about it because again, the thrill factor, it's not that interesting. But immersion factor, as we've seen, they're going all over. Cody, I think we forgot to mention in the railroad ride, these little cars. I don't know how they fucking
The Runaway Railroad one?
I don't know how they do it. because there's no like visible track. They're moving in a set line. And the railroad one, for example, all the cars of the train break off and you start like doing a waltz. And so they're just all moving in weird directions. Rise is the same thing. When Kylo Ren is grabbing you, your card is doing this. And then they load you into an escape pod and drop you. It's really cool. It's cool, but not like fun. You're still on a track. You're just on a very versatile track.
I did watch this one.
Well, go ahead. What did you think?
Kaylin, did you watch all the newer Star Wars before you rode this?
Episode 7, 8, and 9.
Kinda. I remember going to the movie theater a couple of years ago, like 5 years ago, just to like see the new Star Wars movie. And I've never really been like that big of a fan of Star Wars. So, but like if you understand the story, and like if you see like I think some of the first movies, like the middle movies, are the best. But if you like understand the story, I think that it makes a really good ride.
I was really curious because I'm really impressed that, you know, again, I get it, it's video, blah, 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 but like having it be Adam Driver as Kylo Ren really matters a lot to me. Like, people's opinions of that character vary. I actually like that character a lot. I just think the last movie was really not good with how they ended his character. I actually think the first two movies of that with Kylo, I actually like a lot. I also like Adam Driver a lot. So I got really excited that he's in it. He's a major part of it.
Well, they have all of them.
Yes, yeah.
Like every act, I think even Oscar Isaac shows up.
Yeah, you're right. Oscar Isaac is in there. I mostly just, I mean, it sounds bad. Like, I actually really like Kylo's character out of that.
But
yes, the fact that they get a whole cast, I was curious for someone like who either doesn't really like those movies or didn't like watch them as much, how that story works and, you know, what you get out of it. I thought it was awesome.
Okay.
The video of it was incredible. The technology that is like basically like a Roomba on steroids where it knows how to map the ground is a really cool adaptive technology to going from vacuuming our like living rooms and stuff to knowing how to make a ride out of it is really brilliant. And I think there's a lot more you could do with it. I think you're right. It's not as like thrilling, bouncy, drops, all that stuff as it could be. But they're doing it with like some jump scare type technology of trying to stab you and kill you. I was asking Raya, I'm like, how does each car get the same type of experience? Like that was what was fascinating to me when they like spread out and stuff like that. I was like, is it the same for you? Do you eventually get to that track? Like Kylo's showing up and stabbing through, but like your one car's over here. And that was like, I couldn't grasp that by not being on it. And that made me infinitely more intrigued. Like, I want to go on it. If I went to Disneyland, this is the thing I want to ride more than anything. I'm not saying I'm going to like it the most, but I really want to experience it. I also have liked Star Wars since I was like 4 years old. So naturally, I'm going to be a sucker for this.
It's interesting because...
That's a good question, Cody, because I have no idea. Yeah. I've been on it 3 times and I have no idea.
Exactly. So, Raya couldn't answer it. She was like, I don't know. And I'm like, that's cool. The fact that you can't answer it is cool.
I absolutely agree. If you go, you have to ride it. Yeah. And like, if it was the first time, I would rate it. It's definitely an S, and it might still be an S. But the point I'm trying to make is like, so they load you up, they put you in a big thing outside, and then when the doors open, it feels like magic because now you're inside and you get like abducted. It's crazy.
The one thing I will do if I go and I'm on this ride is I'm going to not swear. Mess with the people who are acting in this because the fact that they stand there and have to like be Imperial people, I'm like, you're not gonna mess with these people. You're not gonna like talk to them as you're going
and they'll
through.
Mess right back with you.
I know, and that part of it, like I don't do like haunted houses very much. I don't like being scared. But this version of going through where there's actors having to like vaguely engage with me while I like talk crap to them and stuff is a really funny idea that I could get some extra entertainment out of that is beyond what the ride is. Because I was asking Ryan, like, do you go up and like talk to them? Like, what if you like say like, you know, like, down with the Empire or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Or like, what if I'm walking around like, no, I want to join you guys. Hell, like, I don't make me a prisoner. I want to be like, I'm a spy.
I imagine
just
they would
say
be
this
like,
stuff.
Too late, buddy.
Exactly, but I want to engage with that.
They're really funny because like every time I've been on it, people have like gotten confused on like where to stand. Sure. And so they have endless material for like, are you stupid? Are you like...
Go stand over there.
Yeah, like what about blue circle? Like, are you not comprehending?
And I love that. To do that in a Disney aspect where you're like, you get to immerse, like, I mean, the immersion a little bit in that sense it just sounds like fun.
See,
I don't know that repeating it over and over again is gonna like hold up the same way, but man, that's such a good attraction to bring people in.
see, Dave, Cody just needs Jungle Cruise to be meaner, and
Yes.
then he would like it.
That's why Jungle Cruise is good. They are mean.
They're not
That's
mean.
actually what's fun about Jungle
They're
Cruise.
not mean.
They are mean.
They're
Look,
goobers.
So again, so you go
Anyways,
through,
yeah,
you go
I'm
through the transport, and then they file you out, so you're walking, and then they like do the break in, and then you walk out again, and then eventually you get to the ride. The first time you experience it, it's the coolest thing in the world. When you're going back through, I mean, inevitably,
I can see
you
that
know,
there'd be diminishing returns on this.
it's a little bit diminishing returns,
as
right?
opposed to some of the other ones.
Yeah.
It would probably take me 2 or 3, I think, before I'm like, oh, that was really fast. And I'm like, I'm glad I had that experience, but it's not, I'd rather go repeat
Yeah.
Indiana. I have a
Right.
feeling I'd rather repeat Indiana Jones or the Mission Breakout rides more than this one, but I think my first ride of this one would be more flabbergasted and shocked at what it is than those ones would be, if that makes sense.
The thing that saves this one for me, I think, is the drop, because it is something you still look forward to.
Mhm.
It's not crazy, but your stomach, falls out for
Yeah.
sure.
That is my favorite part.
Yeah, Kayla and I agree. We're of the same mindset there. So I still think it is S. It's still a must-see attraction when you go. Like, you have to do this
Yeah.
ride.
Definitely.
The story's kind of silly, but it's cool to experience it.
Yeah.
And the best part is like, oh, you've been captured and all of that.
Like, this
So-
is the one I'm paying the price of skipping the line and making
Sure.
like I'm doing all of that stuff to make sure I'm in there as quickly as I possibly can.
And you're going to have to, because I think this is one of the worst standard lines in the park. Although I imagine it's gotten better the last couple of years as other new hotness has come up. But people that went there for the first couple of years after this opened, we're talking about 90 minutes plus.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
Oh my god.
I think it's worth it for about 90 minutes to maybe 2 hours.
90
I don't know.
minutes.
I don't know if anything in the park is worth more than 2 hours. At a certain point, it's not even criticism of this ride. But I think I have it tippy top of A. I don't know if I have this in S. But I haven't ridden it myself. This is just from feedback from a lot of other people, and I've also seen video from the ride. So I haven't experienced it, so I don't want to go too crazy on it. I would like to ride it when I go there. The next time I go, it's certainly going to be on the list of to-dos. So it seems like it's going to be in S. Kayla has it in A. Callie has it to top of B. So
Top of B.
I think
It's like Star Wars, though, right?
We're like opposite. I'm just learning.
I think it's going to make it to S at the very bottom.
Yeah, I'd say it up to S.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now,
I would have it
there's
behind
one thing
those
that
3
you
that
did-
I liked, but for sure. By the way.
Bottom of S, I think is
Yeah.
fine.
There's one part that we didn't mention on this. The one part of this ride that we didn't mention that is, to me, the part that actually makes me want to go back, even though I know it's coming. And that's when you open up the doors and you feel like you're on a true Star Destroyer with a wall of stormtroopers.
That's what I
in
said,
front
yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
That,
It's like
it's crazy.
it feels. James, my youngest, asked very specifically, "Are we in space right now?" Now I know that's a 5-year-old asking, but he truly was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, are we in
It
space
doesn't
right
matter
now?"
if there's a 5-year-old asking. That's the point of that's what they want. Like, they would be so thrilled that that's his response. Like,
I was 30 something, and now I didn't. Are we in space? But I was like, wait, how did they do this?
where you'd be like,
This is
where
insane.
am I actually though?
Yeah.
Like, where in the building did you just put me?
I actually don't even exactly know how they do it. If it moves you
That's
or
funny.
if it rotates.
That's actually what Raya was saying.
Obviously,
She's like,
they do
does the
something,
thing
but-
turn you
Yeah.
and like aim you at different?
I
Like,
think it's a
she was
turnstile, but
fascinated by that.
Yeah, I don't know
Because
for sure.
Raya's a nerd and like was like looked at the building and like tried to like understand, and I'm like, and she's like, I think you go down underground and then back, and she's like, I have no clue.
No.
It's impossible to figure out.
I think, I was playing devil's advocate just to push a couple things out there so it wasn't just gushing. We talked about wanting IPs to be mattering in this spot,
Yeah.
and this is one of the best examples of it. And I think, to be honest, to Cody's point, I think it's more important that they have the characters from the movie in this than in the Indiana Jones ride.
For sure. Absolutely.
One of the biggest demerits of Indiana Jones, and there are not many, is that it's not Indy. But Indiana Jones has this other iconic stuff: the boulder, his outfit, a whip. The set pieces of Indiana Jones carry a lot more weight than stuff in Rise of the Resistance. I think, given that the Star Wars movies, the last 3 in particular, were so polarizing, it's good to have these characters here to build some rapport with them.
Actually,
You do make Kylo. They try really hard to make him an imposing villain.
Yeah.
In those movies, and be kind of scary and unhinged. And you kind of need that, to your point of like, that's your scare tactic, like
Yeah.
immersion factor. You really do need Adam Driver's acting to help lead
Yeah.
that. If it's like a fake person, it's like, well, it doesn't work quite as well.
Now,
honestly.
in 20 years, is this going to be the right decision, or should they have gone with the original trilogy?
That's a damn good question. Honestly, it's a very, very good question. I wonder how that will age, especially as they make another trilogy.
Yeah.
Like as this becomes potentially, I mean, at least one of those movies is going to stay bottom 3 of all the Star Wars movies of all time. I have a feeling.
Oh yeah.
And it's unfortunately the ending cap of that character's arc. I do wonder if that ages unfortunately bad. Because again, I like 8. I actually like 8 a lot.
I do too.
8's the one that I
So does
think
Dave.
does a really good job of displaying Kylo's nuances as a character. If you watch 8 and then you go on this ride, perfect, all done.
Yeah.
If you watch everything and you're like, man, there's like 9 movies that are better than this, like the end of this character's arc, that's kind of a bummer. Hey, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
Like how can you adapt it, and how does it age in that sense?
Yeah.
And 8 has aged well. So there's still a chance that this
Yes.
holds up. The problem is it's still connected to 7 and 9, which suck.
Yep.
And it always will be, no matter what it stands on its own merit for. So, like we say, like a rising tide carries all ships. This is anchors dragging down 8
Yep.
with it.
I had not realized that. I mean, this is a tangent, but I had not realized that everyone was in very clear agreement that 8 is actually pretty good. I had actually thought that was somewhat of a hot
really
take.
Flipped.
It's flipped over
It's
time.
flipped since 2017.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm also still less interested in rewatching it because I know what precedes and follows it. So it's
Oh.
like, okay, self-contained, this is
I know.
good.
Absolutely, that's
Yeah.
a great point.
Yeah, but where does it pay off? And it's like,
Yeah.
well, it's not going to through no fault of its own,
I-
but that still matters.
I would almost rather watch, and I'm doing this because we have a little bit of time today.
Sure,
I'd
we're
almost
okay.
rather watch 9 because it's like at least fun to make fun of. It's so bad.
is. You're
it's
right.
not a better movie.
No,
But
it
like,
is. It's a roast the movie as a group watching it thing.
9 is just bad, and 7 they thought they had a great movie, and because of that I hate it even more. And I can't get
Because
over
they just remade
It's-
the original movie.
it's
Yeah.
a remake, and like the whole thing of like now we're destroying universes, and you're like, okay, like
All right, guys. Okay,
not
we
only
get it.
way to like get rid of everything cool of your previous trilogies, because what matters that like, oh, you saved a planet, well now we destroyed 50 of them.
Well, you saved
So-
the planet. Well, we made a planet of weapons. So
Yeah, it's like it's so bad for so many. I don't want to get into it now, but I'm in talk about Rise of the Resistance. I think all those things are going to impact his legacy.
I think you're right, and that's the bummer. It's like I think if you we all get to go ride it and everyone gets to experience it. I think you do this list in another couple years and it's like mid B, and everyone's like, yeah, it's cool, but like, how well did that age and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Adam Driver just wins an Oscar, and then like he's a really prestigious
Oh.
actor, and everyone loves him.
I think you're gonna be like, hopefully I'm dead by then, so I don't have
No.
to see the
Well,
fall.
I mean,
of
there's
the...
that too.
Who knows? We could all be.
Roger Rabbit's next.
What we got left?
There's fun things. There's one more
There's
thing.
a lot of good.
There's
things
one thing
left,
I
Dave.
like a lot. That's
There's
left.
a lot of good things left, Dave.
Yeah, we're still going.
God, Chris, Dave got his in, and then he's like, "Oh, are we done yet?" I knew this was gonna
Did
happen.
not say that.
I knew.
I never
knew
said
it.
that.
All right, Roger Rabbit.
This
This is
you are making things up.
no,
now. It's
no,
great.
no,
I mean,
no.
I said nothing. I said what's next?
This ride
That's
is
what I said.
defunct now, right? Or is it still there?
Roger Rabbit.
I never go to Toontown, so I thought they like
I think it's still there. Is it not?
I think it's still
I-
there.
I have
shows you how little I know about it, and the
I'll look
fact
it
that
up.
none of us really.
No, it's still there.
Okay, well,
It's. I don't care about it. I've been on. I know I've been on it once or twice. It used to be a big deal. Again, it's you're gonna get in the car and go through the movie of
it's like Monsters
Roger
Inc.,
Rabbit.
right?
And
Maybe a little
that's
faster,
it, yeah.
but
It's not even faster. There's really nothing to it. It's sharp turns, so you feel like you get jostled
Yeah.
around a bit.
maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
But-
Like, and like I think you spin. Maybe I don't know. I think I've been on it once.
It's not worth anything. It is right down there with the Alice in Wonderlands, the Little Mermaids for me in the F tier. It's not worth
Dave,
it.
you're a dad.
Yeah.
So
Are you sure?
let me ask this. I always thought, why did they do Toontown? I thought, what a bad use of park real estate. As a parent, are you like, no, it's actually really great for young kids. We end up spending a lot of time there. My opinion would be you're just taking your young kid through the rest of the park, which for the most part is still pretty kid friendly. I feel like they made a dedicated land that they didn't need to, but you tell me as the dad.
Well, when kids are really young, it is nice because they do have like
little play areas.
little play areas. Yeah, like she said.
And like meet Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
Oh, so you can leave the kids in the play area and then go ride other stuff.
No.
No.
But no, they built Toontown in like 1995. It was like one of the first additions to Disneyland that they had made in ever, I think. Like the fact of like they had different rides and they'd switch out rides in the different lands, but this is the first new land they made in Disneyland, I think, ever. And it, the fact they have Mickey's house where you can go and take photos with Mickey at the end is a big deal, even for adults. It's kind of one of those things. It's like it's nostalgia. You get your picture taken, stuff like that. They have the Minnie's house that you go through. The kids like that. So it is better for having kids. When Courtney and I went without kids, we didn't spend nearly as much time there as we did after having kids. So it has its benefits.
Okay,
that's for sure.
all right. Then I won't give the whole land an F. But
but it has the Runaway Railway, so it can't be an F.
I forgot that was there. Okay. That is fair. And actually that's some good park like flow, because you're more likely to isn't Small World now, it's a little more like on the way, because you might be going to Toontown to do an actually good ride.
Yep.
Okay. But Roger Rabbit, I think F.
Yeah.
You can go D. I don't care. It's a bad ride.
I think it's probably the best of the rides that are in F.
Yeah, I think so.
So I could maybe sneak it in the bottom of D, because it could also go in that kind of Monsters Inc. group where it's another one that's just sort of go through the movie. But this movie was a big deal at the time. It has not held up especially well, even if you give it some grace for what it was at the time. Is this something that kids are gonna be like, oh yeah, the characters from Roger Rabbit? I don't think so. And also you have to figure out what to do with Jessica. So
yeah.
Now they've doubled down on Jessica. That's part of what the renovations were that Kayla mentioned. Like that, the update involves her.
They do.
But I still don't. She's just more involved in like what's going on in the story of the ride.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm gonna put it at the bottom of F.
Pole now.
I was like,
or top
Do
of
you
F.
know
Sorry.
anything about Roger Rabbit, Caitlin?
I have no clue.
Okay, she's never.
I'm
heard of it,
not
so it's
entirely
aged well.
sure what age you're allowed to watch that movie.
Now,
Yeah,
It's not for kids.
it
That's
can
for
be
sure.
scary with the dip
Nope.
and stuff. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, like I watched that movie too early, and I don't like it. I don't
Yep,
have
me
good
too.
memories
Caitlin,
of
have
it.
you heard of Space Jam?
What does that have to do with Disneyland?
Oh, I'm trying to get to the question that we asked. If she's heard of Space Jam.
Space Jam.
She loves Space Jam. Okay. So, like, my
The
point
original
is,
Space Jam.
they should have done, like, a Space Jam ride. No one's heard of Roger Rabbit, but, like, Space Jam, people still know that movie.
Yeah, because Disney owns.
Because Disney owns the
Well, it
Looney
doesn't
Tunes,
matter.
right?
Just buy, Disney didn't
That
own...
would be Magic Mountain where that belongs, because I believe
Yeah,
they're
but
the
Magic
ones
Mountain's,
that have.
like, closing all over the country.
But I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure Magic Mountain's the one that licenses Looney Tune characters.
No, I know you're right. I'm just saying, like, Disney didn't own Fox either.
Oh, so you're saying
Until
Disney
they
should
did.
buy out the Looney Tunes
Yeah, at
from
this point,
Warner?
why not? Like, I'm not, like, pro Monopoly, but, like, they've already done it.
It sounds
so just,
pretty pro take all the IP for Disney so it can be at a land.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Oh, that's fair.
We don't need to rank Sailing Ship Columbia if we're following the previous protocol. It's basically exactly the Mark Twain riverboat. So
Agreed.
and they're in the
Why
same
there's so many
spot.
boats?
Fantasmic is cool.
Can you guys tell me why there's so many
Fantasmic
boats?
is cool.
No, I mean, look, it's I've been on the Main Street vehicles once. The monorail's fine to ride, but again, it's not a ride per se. So it's like I think we're better off not ranking those. If I did, I'd probably have like middle of the road because there's nothing wrong with them, but they don't really compare the same way the rest of these.
Right.
do.
Too many boats.
Silly
Everything's a boat.
Symphony Swings is tough because like this ride is at every carnival.
Yeah. Who
So
cares? F.
I don't really know that I can. It's
What-
got Mickey
isn't
tacked
that-
onto it, but it's not like it's really anything special. Am I wrong?
How
No.
is that different than the Zephyr and the Whirlwind thing?
It's not.
not.
Okay, it's just even
not.
worse.
Yeah, if the Zephyr has a full line, you can go to this one instead. Like, there's no point.
Oh yeah, and you just get the worst experience apparently.
Yeah. So it's bad.
Oh, we never actually put.
It's-
Pinocchio.
No, it's fine. So it's not like it's a bad ride. So is it F or is it just bottom of D? Are we like?
Where
do
do we
we
put the other, like...
Zephyr's high D and Emotional Whirlwind is high.
As I say, like this
late
is
C.
still fun. It's just not really anything to do with Disney. So does it belong in F? I'm not arguing against it per se. I'm just wondering.
No, we can do D. We put some of the others in D. You can go in D.
Like I don't think there's anybody who's like, yeah, the thing I'm most excited about is this. That's not clearly the case, but I just figured like it could even be next to Zephyr as far
Sure.
as I'm concerned because they're basically the same thing.
Yeah, what's Snow White?
Yeah.
Is that a movie boring one or...
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
I have no idea what the
So
That's
that's
all right.
probably
Yeah, we
F or
don't take them
D
on
as
that.
well.
We'll just put it down there for
Great.
now.
Yep.
Soren!
Soarin'.
So Soarin' started,
Okay.
Cody, a Soarin' over California.
Mm-hmm.
And then, which was fine because it was California Disney. And then they were like, you know what we could do is make it around the world. And I think it's actually a lot more interesting now.
I
Because-
did watch this one.
Yeah.
I had feelings.
Okay. I guess let me go first since you just watched it. You watched a screen ride on a screen.
A smaller screen.
I'll go first.
It just I think my notes were it seems fine. That was literally the emotion I had. From
Okay,
it.
well so here's part of the problem. Soarin' is like full on 4D, so it's motion ride. So you're really feeling the dips and the
Is
turns.
it like my Back to the Future ride at Universal Studios that I used to get to go on?
But it's kind of fun because you're like tiered, like you're like stacked, and you're like flying, like you're in like a little like
Okay.
plane sort of thing. So that's really fun. Your stomach will drop a few times. You have this giant, really nice screen that you're flying through, and why I like that they changed it, because nothing against just California, but like you're actually getting to see, like they send. I hope I'm not wrong, and it's all like CGI or something, but they send like a drone up to like the Great Wall of China and it's flying around, and they're using that so like you're actually flying over meaningful areas of the world and getting to see them. So
California's a meaningful place in the world.
right, but not
how dare
just
you.
California. You're going to like the pyramids. You're going to like the jungles. You're going all over.
Oh,
You're going all over the world. Soaring over the world. And then they will pipe in like smells and stuff too. Like you'll
Yeah, I
smell
like
like the
that one.
orange trees and.
Did they have smells of California when you flew over it, or is the smells additional?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. They did.
But I'm not trying to. My debate with you is not what was better.
I'm just being difficult as a native Californian. I was obligated to be like, "Why are you being mean to California?"
Yeah, no. I just
we're a
think,
wonderful state.
I think you already had a good ride, and now it's better.
It does seem like that would be a
It's-
natural step in the right direction of making it more inclusive for everyone than just soaring over Fresno.
Right, and it made sense at the time because it was California Disney, but they've kind
Yes.
of gotten away from that theme,
Yeah, I mean,
honestly,
it just-
and it's better. So, Caitlin, what do you think about this one?
So I really like the fact that you're like stacked. It makes you feel like you're like actually kind of flying. Also, no one noted this. Like they blow air in your face.
Yeah.
To make it feel like you're really like flying. And I like the smells. They really make it feel like you're in the place that it shows on the screen.
Yeah, 4D.
And at the screen, like that's like your entire vision, like including your peripheral vision. Just like what you see, you don't see like any other part of the ride. You just see the screen and like where you are.
Actually,
I like
that's
that.
Caitlin, a really good point. So they raise you up, Cody,
Mhm.
and the screen is kind of like a dome, and they actually pull you forward a little bit, so you're like over
Yeah,
the
it
screen.
looks
So
Okay.
like everywhere you look is screen.
It's like, I mean, again, I guess I think I'm the only one who's gone to the Sphere in Vegas so far, but like that's what the Sphere in Vegas does.
Probably
It really is
very
immerses
Yeah.
around it. So it does it on a different, rather than up, it's like down, like viewing down a little bit, but like that's probably a pretty useful thing. I also did note that I imagine this was really nice on a hot day.
It is another really nice hot day one. Yeah.
Especially if it's blowing wind in your face and stuff like that. I feel like that would be even better to cool you down if it was really, really hot.
And I've been on 4D before where they spray water, and I think it's kind of gross. So I'm glad. I
Oh,
don't
so
think
you're
they do that.
anti-water right now too, like Dave.
You
You don't want to get wet unless they tell you you're going to get wet.
I'm anti indoor rides spraying water on me.
Oh, okay.
God knows where it came from. You know, like I don't know.
So you're scared of water fountains?
Yeah, actually,
Terrifying.
Because they might have brain-eating amoeba in them.
yeah.
That's right,
If
you're
I
right.
get it in my nose, that's game over. So, I would go.
It was on the list of I would want to go to it if I went to Disneyland for sure.
Yeah,
Because I think there's a lot more to it than, again, what I watched. I was just like, okay, that seems like a pretty interesting thing.
I could go high B. You could convince me low A too.
Yeah, I give it like mid B, high B,
Yeah.
probably.
I feel like for the thrill thing, you
I'm
can't put it above the Radiator Springs race car.
Oh, hey,
I like it more personally,
You do,
but I
okay.
am going to be the only one.
I've never disagreed with you more than this. You like that more
Never.
than Radiator Springs Racers. This is honestly, this ride to me suffers the most from one long ride, the long wait times. This every time I've ever tried to go on this, it is an hour minimum. Unless
That
you get a
is
fast pass. It's insane.
Weird, because normally it's one of the shorter ones for me. So that just bad luck.
Weird. Every time I've gone, it's been an hour plus.
Fair.
And two, this is a ride that The first time is cool. I'll give you that. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it the first time I went on it. The second time I was like, all right. The fifth time I've been on this, I'm like, get me off this. I refuse to go on it from now on. I'm done.
Wow.
This is like, at this point for me, it is like low C.
Wild.
I would
Dave hates the
dare
world.
say rather go on something like Buzz Lightyear.
I'm gonna go
than
low
this.
A
I-
then
How
to
dare you say
counter to counter Dave's bad score. I'm low A now officially.
The fact that you would rather do this than Radiator Springs Racers is mind-boggling to me.
It's borderline. It's borderline. I not for sure.
I was gonna put it like mid B.
I'd say mid B.
I have it around
Mid
mid B, but I would probably edge it up to high B if I do the new version with the world.
Yeah.
Because when I went, it was still California, so bleh.
Why are we all hating on California?
It's an easy target. Gavin
And I
Newsom
love
makes it simple.
I love California, and it was cool going over California. But
Yeah.
again,
So
I've done it.
So
Like,
Michaela
the
has
first
A
time was
plus. What did
cool, and
Callie
that's
have?
it.
He has at the very top of C,
Okay.
so we're probably mid high B.
And right in front
Probably-
of Jungle Cruise sounds awesome.
It's about where it's gonna be, I
Oh.
think.
Right in front of Jungle Cruise sounds perfect.
Oh, but under Millennium
Someone's
Falcon,
making that.
that's
I'd say like in between Grizzly River Run and Peter Pan's Flight.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
there you
she's
go.
Grizzly
been
River Run.
manipulated by Dave and loving
this
this
is
Jungle
Go
Cruise
this is a
nonsense.
travesty.
Yeah, it's right there.
No,
That's
no,
perfect.
no.
No.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. This is some kind of game show, but
Get out of
That's
there.
that's as high up as it can possibly go. And it may get reevaluated at the end because that's a lot of Sean's vote weighing there.
You should move that down.
Well, you'll have your choice. You'll have your chance, Caitlin. You'll have a
Okay.
chance at the
You have
end.
your
Soren's
chance.
good.
You have your chance to yell at Sean. It's okay.
Soren's good. All right, next we got
Space
ooh,
Mountain.
Space Mountain.
The poor man's Big Thunder
Oh.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Poor man's
A big one? Wait, what? Which one?
You know what? I'm weird.
Whoa,
I do
hold
like
on.
Space Mountain a little bit more. I like the immersion pretty well. I really feel like, oh, it's this like weird Tron adjacent sort of world that you're going into. Dave, will you remind me what the changes are? It was dark, and then they made it light, and then they were like, oh, that's a bad idea. We're gonna make it dark again.
They made it Hyperspace Mountain. They just added like a lot more like lights, like the little lights of the head in there. They made it brighter, and since they kind of made it like Star Wars themed, since now it's Hyperspace Mountain for like the Star Wars land thingamabobber thing.
But I think that's back to normal now. I think
Yeah,
they've
I think
taken
it's
that.
back to normal.
Oh,
now,
okay. I was gonna
and,
say I
like,
don't
It's still dark.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
I
any
think
of
that
that.
it's better when it's darker.
Yeah. Well,
because you really feel like you're on a tight spaceship.
Yeah.
at one point they turned on all the lights and everybody hated it. Like
Oh.
it was like you could see everything.
Oh.
No.
Michaela, fact check me on that one. But I never went on it when it was like that. I like it. It's scary. I just imagine my head getting taken off every time because it's dark. You don't know like
I don't like that.
Uh,
I really don't like
but
that.
it's fun and it's fast. I think even if the lights were on, I bet you it is the fastest roller coaster in Disneyland. I'm pretty confident
Yeah.
in that. Even Matt
Well, maybe not speed wise, but like turns
Sure,
wise.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
think
like it's really driven.
Speed.
It's faster than the Incredicoaster.
No, in Disneyland.
Yeah,
That's California Disney.
Sorry, they're all the same thing.
Will you
They're all the same thing to me.
California Disney? Come on, man. I'm gonna look it up what the fastest one is, but it's cool and it's dark and there are like you're going, Cody, and again because it's dark, you'll just like dip and you're like, whoa, it's fun for sure. I like it a lot. And you kind of do feel like you're in space, but that also means you're not seeing anything, and that's part of its charm. And also like it's just dark, like, and then it's over and you're like, okay, I don't know, but it's fun.
I mean, that kind of sounds like I'm just going down a tubed water slide, but I'm not in water. If it's just like, it's dark and then I turn a lot, it just kind of sounds like it's a water slide with no water.
It's
Me.
guys, you're not selling this. This is freaking 1-1. This is the best ride in Disneyland.
Oh, I
By
thought you were
far.
gonna
Like
poop on it. I'm glad
No.
that you like it.
It used to be my absolute favorite ride.
no, for me, this is absolutely my 1-1. I teased it last week that I was gonna get to my 1-1. Chris calling it poor man's Big Thunder Mountain hurts me to my very soul.
Good.
It is 1-1. The darkness, the anticipation as you go up like the chain track, and they have
Oh,
the
yeah.
stars flying around you as you go up that. The tight turns, the star, just the setting you're in, and then the music. The music
Yeah, the
takes
music-
it over the
Actually,
top.
that is a good
Perfect.
point.
Yep.
It like you rock out.
It's like surf music, but also like it's so good in so many ways. It is my 1-1 up there. That's the best.
I
I'll do
was
it every
not
single time.
expecting this to be our 1-1. I'm okay with it actually.
It's
It's
my
iconic.
favorite.
You're so vanilla that Space Mountain being your 1-1 is like you've surprised me, and you have won like a bunch of bonus points now.
Well, it's okay. Jungle Cruise is my 1-2. So
Yeah,
you know,
that
I'm kidding.
you go right back down. But
You had those points as long as you could.
yeah,
Yep.
If like we have a recent example of Dave being allowed to dock a ride because the line experience has been bad for him. This is easily the most miserable I've ever been on a ride. And sure, it's not Space Mountain's fault that I'm tall, but it was easily the most uncomfortable I've ever been on a ride. My knees were jammed in front of me the entire time, and I got off that ride and I swore I would never do it again. And I'll still put it in A because it's a great ride and it's been it's a long-standing big-time part of Disneyland, so I'm not going to dock it that much. But there ain't no way in hell I'm going into S tier on a ride that I fucking hated. And yeah, I did swear. I went through with it
It's okay.
because I
I'm
was
a lucky
miserable the entire time. So if they want to maybe build the cars a little bigger for people who are over the size of like 6'1", cool. Until that day arrives, no, it's not going in S tier for me. But it is borderline based on how the group has voted. I don't think it makes it into S. I think there's too many votes that are outside of that.
well, so
US.
Dave is 1-1
I'd
S.
say low S,
What's Caitlin?
End of S. I'd say end of S.
End of S.
Or at like end of S or top of A.
I
like,
am
at the least. Probably.
Probably. So I like this more than Big Thunder. So
Yeah, definitely.
I like. So that means I'm either high A or low S, right? What did Callie have this?
Top of B.
What did Michaela have this?
Top of A.
She said A+.
A plus.
So 2 S's, 3
I have-
A's, and
I
a
have
B
got the S tier.
does not an S make.
Yeah, it's probably.
It goes above Thunder Mountain.
This hurts.
Yeah, even I'm a little hurt. So I'm a little bit
You
hurt
guys
because,
never agree.
because you have the trifecta of like Big Thunder, Space Mountain, and Matterhorn. The like OG Disneyland roller coasters. And not one of them made it into S. That hurts a little bit. Historians are going to look back on those lists and be like, ugh, they needed one of those in S. But, we'll see. We have the review at the end. We can take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at it. I think what's interesting is that right now, everything in S is actually tied to Disney properties.
Yeah.
And none of the roller coasters are.
No.
It's true.
So I'm
Now-
just saying that's how it's ended up. It may not be where we finally settle on this. We may rearrange still. I'm just saying at this moment,
Although,
Pirates is cheating, but you're right.
yeah, it is.
yeah, it's sort of
It
after the fact.
It retconned into it.
Right.
Yeah.
And Guardians is kind of cheating too in a small way. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, that's just where we are at the moment. But we'll see if that's where things finally settle. A few more left, and then we got to go over the list because it's already 50 minutes in, so we can't spend too much time. But Webslinger Spider-Man is going to be one that gets talked about a decent amount. After that, other than Tiana's Splash Mountain, I think the others are going to go pretty quick.
One exception, but yes.
Winnie the Pooh's
Continue.
gonna
Yeah.
take a
Star
while.
Tours is gonna be.
No, yeah, that's probably the other
I
one.
really
yeah.
like it. Web Slingers, don't really like it. I don't think so. When you were like, oh, the technology got better. Visually, no, absolutely. Than like the Toy Story Buzz Lightyear. Mechanically, maybe I'm boring. Maybe I'm vanilla. I don't like it. And then you get people that are like, yeah, don't actually like try to do it. Just fling your hands a bunch. I'm like, oh, cool. So don't do the thing that makes it immersive. Just like break your wrists. So Cody, did you see this in the thing?
No.
Okay. So the story is actually kind of cool. Peter Parker is trying to impress on like Stark Day.
Already
so
out.
he makes robots, they break out. He's and so, trying to get them all back in. So there's a little story you go through. You're in a cart,
Which version of Peter Parker is this?
the new one. What are you going to say? Andrew Garfield? No, of course it's Tom Holland.
Yeah, I'm even further out. Okay. I'm real far out now.
Okay.
So
tough.
so I also, Michaela, prefer the Toy Story, not the Buzz Lightyear, the Toy Story one. I didn't like it, and there's a lot that they're throwing at you. The video is cool. I just don't have very much fun. And that's, I can't go higher than C.
And that's what Spider-Man's all about, is not having very much fun.
Yeah.
Right there.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, but Caitlin, you're a kid. Did you like
Just
this
like
ride?
Dave is a dad,
Yeah.
you are a kid.
So I would say that I think the mechanics are pretty smooth. Like the fact that it tracks, like like there's 4 people in a cart. The fact that it tracks every single one of their exact hand motion to like where or like close to where they're aiming. I mean, I think that that's pretty cool. And like I really like the story that like he's trying to create a new robot. It spreads, goes wild, turns evil. And I like the idea that like you can combine your score and like every time you go like try and get a better one.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I like that they add like a little bit of competitiveness to it. But like overall, I think it's like an SCSE ride. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's definitely not my favorite, but
Where would you
it's
rank it?
not. I'd rank it like mid C.
Okay.
Maybe like high C.
See, I needed Caitlin on for this whole show. We've like agreed on everything so far.
She likes Jungle Cruise.
That's okay. I will forgive.
But for her, it makes sense.
I like Jungle Cruise more than you guys did, for what it's worth.
That's true.
Anyways, Chris, what did you haven't been on this one yet.
I have not. I guess my only question would be, I think it's cool that it has a competitive element, but how do we feel about it having a pay-to-win option?
I didn't even know they did. So
Oh, I didn't know about that. What is this?
They supposedly sell something where you can get like fancier types of webs and shoot quicker, so you can get higher scores.
Oh,
here's what I would say.
No.
The competitiveness for me is improving on my own score.
Yes. Yeah.
So then that's okay. Yeah, I don't love that they're doing that, but I also don't care what. I mean, my mom beats. I can't even beat my mom.
Yeah.
I'm not. Who else am I going to beat?
And none of it really matters, right? Like it's just this ride at the end of the day, and it's whatever. Like you said, you can still compare it against yourself no matter what's happening. But I do find that a little bit gross. I mean, obviously we've been desensitized to that with like NBA 2K and everything else in video games. But it's like I'd rather this not trickle its way into Disneyland
They
and
have
California
in-app
Adventure.
purchases of a ride? That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
So-
wait. We don't have time. But
Man,
let me
capitalism's so
Tell you,
bad.
let me tell you
Which-
about Universal does with the Mario Land.
I know.
We'll get to that later.
Which I think is also part of why Cali has this ranked dead last.
Oh.
Wow.
Wait.
Yeah.
Really?
Last?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Because I think it leaves a
That's
lot
a
to be
stand.
desired, but I think there's a lot that works. Again, the fact that they went and developed a new story with the actor, like it's Tom Holland. Does that help? I mean, it sounds like you don't
No,
like Tom
it's a
Holland.
negative.
Right. For
Negative.
him, it's not
I
going to help.
can't stand those.
Shouldn't have brought it
Spider-Man
back up.
movies.
Okay. Anyways,
Give me a Miles Morales across the Spider-Verse ride. Now then I'll have a lot more fun.
this is definitely not a dead last ride, but it is mid-tier. I mean, and I don't ever really probably need to go on it again. Maybe once per trip is like if we can
You
fit
should
it.
just slot it right next to Buzz Lightyear. I'm right next to each other.
That's fine.
It could go there. It'd have to be
I'd put it-
underneath,
I'd put it
probably.
above.
Yeah, I'm fine
put
with
it
it right
above
under
Buzz.
Buzz Lightyear. I kind of have a little more fun. They're neck and neck for different reasons, actually.
Yeah, so there's different things they do well, but it's not even just Cali's weighing that down. Kayla has it in D as well.
Oh
so-
my god! I thought Michaela liked it.
Nope. Oof.
Ish.
D.
Oh, she liked it.
No, her
ish.
response on there was bad.
Oof
D.
D. I don't know if I
It
can
was
read
like,
it.
yeah,
I can put it back on the
okay.
screen.
D.
Ouch. Okay.
Oof D.
All right. Oofdy.
And she
Oofda.
said no, did not like.
No. Okay.
All right, Star Tours.
Love it. So this is
Love it.
2 iterations. The original, one of the best rides in Disneyland. The motion is impressive for a ride that's like super old. It's, Back to the Future is your frame of reference for this, I guess. And so really fun. And there's a little story. You're supposed to be on a tour. So the whole thing is you're in an airport in Star Wars. So it's kind of fun. They're like, now boarding tickets to Hoth.
How is
And-
this ride that old?
They're always going to Endor.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
You're always supposed to be going to Endor.
Well,
In
you're
the
supposed to be
original
going to
story,
Endor,
you were
but you
always supposed to go
hear-
to Endor.
You're in a terminal, so there's like,
Yeah.
flights to wherever, Coruscant getting
Flights to
delayed.
Hoth.
Was this rebranded then? Because you said it's really old, but how would it be Star Wars if it's that old?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's been
They
Star
built
Wars
it in the
forever.
80s. Yeah, they built it. They built this in the 80s.
Yeah.
This has been around
But
since the
I
And
know
they
what
just
you're
like
saying.
license that?
Yeah,
That's
rights-wise, I don't know how they did it.
Interesting. Okay.
But
Yeah.
I just had to get that clear.
Yeah.
I wasn't understanding.
yes,
okay.
it's all right. And then you had a little robot who I own a toy of. I'll show you. He's great. He's your tour guide, but it's his first day. And you end up going and like immediately you get hit off. Like he can't even get out of the station before like everything's gone south. You end up flying through a meteor
good.
that's really like a crystal meteor. And then you end up on the Death Star run. So you're flying in the trenches
Okay.
and like helping Luke like shoot the missile that destroys the Death Star.
Okay.
It's great. And it's fun.
fantastic.
It's thrilling. You feel like when you go into hyperspace and all that.
I would imagine I would enjoy that because I really have a soft spot for that old Back to the Future ride that I think is Simpsons branded now in Universal Studios, or
Yeah.
maybe it's something else by now.
Well, you might like it more now because they have since redone it. You can't get the old one anymore, which I'm really sad about. But now it is a bunch of new scenarios that is new Star Wars.
Okay.
And
Well,
it's,
I don't know if I like that, but okay.
well, no, but like you'll the Purgles. At one point, you're up flying in the Purgles in the space whales.
No, I'd rather be on the Death Star run.
Okay, so anyways,
They do have so the cool part. What they do now is that they split it, so your experience
Yes.
is never exactly the same because there's 2 possible tracks
Okay.
you can go down. So there's a first half. So you have like 1 of 4 options you'll have in the first half, and then the second time you go on it, the second half of the ride is 1 of 4 options. So you have like A and B, then A and C, or you
Yeah.
know D and E. You know, so there's like a whole bunch of different combinations. So it makes the replayability much
It
better.
is.
To fact check it just real quick, just because I have it up. 26 random segments of different movies, 5 openings, 5 primary destinations, 10 hologram messages, and 6 ending destinations.
yeah.
So, the
you'll-
main pass, you've got 5 and 6. So
That's
you have a
pretty
lot
fun.
of different like replayability here.
Yep, and you'll get like different actors coming in. Ahsoka was during the Ahsoka
See,
show coming
that
in.
that would make me
Yeah.
more interested if we're gonna really dive into a lot of Star Wars.
Yep.
And I have a random chance of getting into some of the nerdy stuff I like. That would be really fun.
Yeah, you'll get there's a trader in the ship where they'll like pick out a person on camera and they'll be like like
That best part by far.
yeah, like that Darth Vader will come and be like, we've heard you have a traitor, and your pilot's like, oh, I don't know what you mean, and then it shows like some random person in the seat and they're like, get him, and you're like, oh no, and it's fun.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I've still yet to be picked as the spy. I'm
You've
kind of
never been picked?
no. James got picked and I didn't. I was kind of
yeah.
pissed about that.
Yeah.
And you got picked too.
This one's also really fun, Cody. You always got to choose the back because your seat is a little higher, so your legs swing more, and it just you feel like
Okay.
it's a little more exciting. So the new stuff I think is less good across the board than the original ride, but the replayability and also is a lot higher. So it like doesn't lose a lot, like it gains a little and loses a little, ends up about even. I'm going low S, and maybe that makes me an insane person, but there are days where the line is so short, you can just ride this ride 5-6 times in a row
And-
easy, and you're getting something different every
Yeah,
time.
based on how you explained it, I would probably do that.
Yeah.
I would spend like an hour if I could just repeating over and over again if it was like no line and no way.
It's a good amount of time on the ride too. So, anyways,
Right there with you, Sean. Low S. I freaking
whoa!
love that ride.
You shook your head. I thought you hated it.
No, he was agreeing with you.
No, I absolutely love it. I like this is one I went on all the time as a kid.
Yep.
The little robot saying, "This is your first ride, huh? Well, it's mine too." I was like, "Oh, okay, that gets me every single
Yep.
time." I'm sad that Caitlin never got to go on the original one because it is quite fun and doing the Death Star Trench is amazing.
Yes.
But even the improvements are still fantastic. They still do such a good job with the improvements, so I can't dock it too much.
I've only been on the new one once, so I wasn't even aware it did different paths until I found out about it after the fact, and I haven't had a chance to like experience any of those. I do think it is slightly worse than the original, but as Sean mentioned, it's close, and there are some benefits of the new one that I think offset it enough where it's like I have the original higher, but barely.
Yeah.
I don't think I have it in bottom of S, but I have it mid high to top of A.
Okay. Cody would have this in
I'm sure-
high A or low S. I
I'm
think.
sure I would.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's a fair way to do that, but I'm absolutely sure I would because I really do like the sit down, be rocked around 4D type rides that is going through the story. Again, Back to the Future is some of the most fun I've ever had as a little kid was going on that ride at Universal Studios.
Yep.
And if this is an IP I like more and all of that built in, I'm gonna really like that ride.
So-
what does Raya think about it?
She didn't actually mention this one, interestingly enough. I could try and find out very
But
quickly.
is
So-
she big on Star Wars?
Yes and no.
Okay.
What did Michaela have?
Michaela had it in A,
Okay.
and in the path to make you as angry as possible. Only in this part of the episode, which is weird because you guys agreed on a lot the first two. Callie has it in D, so you're not going to be happy about that one.
That is like. All right. Well,
He's really upset.
that's fine. I don't know how it's possible.
Caitlin's.
Yeah, I put it this the way that the other places make this really hard because I wasn't here for half the show, but I would say low S. I say would be a good spot.
Love
for
it. Good opinion. Your opinion is good.
Because you agree to Sean. That's the only reason why
Yeah,
it's good.
it's stunning how that works.
Yeah, that's great. Stamp of approval.
Uh,
Low D. Hold on. Was there like a reason, or is it just like I have it low D?
I'm incorporating these as best I can. We didn't talk about that one. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. All right.
Also, people are allowed to have different opinions.
I know,
It-
but
no, like Sean said, it's more of a why. It's like where did we go
Do we
wrong here?
rank Storyland canal boats?
No.
no.
It's
No.
kind of akin to the other ones we've skipped. It's a little different, but it's sort of like the equivalent of a lazy river, kind of.
Honestly, I almost want to skip teacups, except it's like very infamous. We probably have to do it.
Yeah, we can't skip teacups.
But like,
You can't
Dave and
We
Mini
got to do
Dave are
teacups.
upset.
We'll skip ahead to Winnie the Pooh because it won't take long, and then we'll finish on the revamped Splash Mountain because that feels like a good last one.
all right. So then teacups. Dave, do you have a thing?
I mean,
Okay.
when I was
it's-
you go first.
It's nostalgic. I mean, like, it's meant for little kids, but when I went, and it's just adults and a very strong young woman in the cart, you spin fast.
You do.
And that's what makes it fun for me. The faster you go, the funner it is. And it's like, I know it's kind of meant for little kids, but if you have like a bunch of people who like want to spin really fast and you make it and you do that, I think it ends up being like really
It like is a workout. If you're really dedicated on making it spin the whole time, you're like tired afterwards.
yeah, your arms do it after.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also you can't walk straight because that does make you dizzy. My God.
Yeah, if you really
Taylor
spin.
brings up a fantastic point about at night.
At night with the lights.
It is great. When I was a very young kid, probably about 6 or 7, this was my favorite ride. Now it is meant, like I said, meant for young kids. But when I was a little kid, this was my favorite ride in Disneyland. That has gone
feel like
long
I've
since
seen
passed. But I'd be right there with Kayla as far as the B+.
Yeah, B+ is a good spot.
B+?
I love this ride. I still like it.
Woof.
Yeah, I love this ride.
Yeah.
Yes, we got 3
Yeah.
B pluses
Still
then.
love it.
I would go. Who else is B+?
Those two and Kayla.
Those two and Kayla? Okay.
And I have it B to B plus myself because it's an OG, because it's like the pioneer of these type of rides instead of it being the other way around with the swing one, for example. Like that copied other stuff. This sort of was like the tentpole moment for this type of ride. And because you can get more out of it as an adult if you want to. As you've mentioned, like the ability to just be like, what the hell with it? We're going to spin until we all vomit. I mean, that's fine because you can at least scale it up. And if you want to take it slow with your 3-year-old, well, you can do that too. That's fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I have a B plus, but it's definitely a B.
I mean, I'm going C. And those are for the reasons that like I would want to put it in like D or F just because there's not a lot to it, but there is some cool factor. The fact that you can actually control the spinning. The fact that it is nostalgia and all that. Like, yeah, C.
It's definitely knocked down for trying to fit in it as an adult, as an over 6 foot human being. It is difficult to fit in, and so Chris, I'm surprised this didn't knock it down more for you at that point. But that's the one knock on it for me.
I mean, B+.
Well, without roller coaster movements, it's not going to jack up my knees the entire time.
That's
So
fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
that's the main difference.
Fair.
And look, I shit on Space Mountain, but it's still a great ride. So, feels like it's going to be somewhere in B.
Somewhere in B.
So we'll just put it.
Yep.
I mean, I'm even if you want to put it over Toy Story, I mean, okay.
You can't. I mean,
Everybody had it B pluses except me, so if we want to go higher, like that's fine.
above Grizzly River. At least,
I think Midway
Yeah,
Mania
I'd
had too much
say-
acclaim for it to be any
yeah,
higher
I'd
than
put
that.
it above
Sure.
Midway Mania. I haven't gone on it too many times, but like I don't think it's that. So I put it above.
That's not going to get picked up.
No,
I
I'm
appreciate,
sure it won't, but look at it.
what.
What is it saying? I can't
Ladies
hear
and
it.
gentlemen, there will be turbulence up ahead. Please make sure your seats are fastened.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes, I love that
it
guy.
lights up
great.
and
Love that
everything.
guy.
Kayla has Midway below Tika, and again, I will remind folks that we're not really as worried about left to right placement.
Yeah.
we try to, especially for the top, because like in S tier it matters, but in BC it's like as long as it's not in the bottom of B when it should be at the top of B, we're usually all right with it.
I
We
don't
can
know
always
Winnie the Pooh.
we can always tweak it later, but
I don't know it.
not quibbling too much. Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know it.
It's
It sounds.
You don't know who Winnie the Pooh is?
storybook
No, who's
thing.
that? It
You
sounds
never-
like it's not great.
Never heard of him.
Gone on that one.
I'm gonna check it out. I think it's just another story ride. Like
I
you
would
go through,
imagine, yeah.
go-
It's another story one, and it's kid oriented. I mean,
Yep. It's right down there with the Mermaid, Snow Whites.
And I know
'cause
there's
it's-
people out there that might take offense to a couple of these that are at the bottom, Alice in Wonderland or Little Mermaid or whatever. And it's like, remember, when we do these are relative. So even some of the stuff in F isn't like a catastrophe. They're all like working rides, and some of them can be fun on the right day or whatever. But in general, since we're ranking them against each other, some stuff's going to end up at the bottom, and this feels like another one that's going to just end up in F.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't mean it's horrible. It doesn't mean we hate it. It just means that compared to some other stuff, then it's going to go
Yeah.
down there. I don't know.
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain. You'll have to tell me about the revamp because I don't know anything about that, but I'm certainly familiar with Splash Mountain.
Has anyone been on the revamp? Other than me.
No. Okay, I've only watched it on Disney Plus. I
Okay.
haven't been on it yet.
So I think I said Indiana was my 1-2. I actually don't. Well, but it has the line factor. Splash Mountain's way up there. At some days it could be my 1-1. I think it's a really, really great ride for the little story that you go through. And what I mean by story is there is like a conflict. And when you're going up the thing and they're singing, don't go to the laughing place, and you're like, oh, this seems bad, and it's very like dread instilling as you get ready to go over the edge. It all like comes together to make this like cohesive, really great ride.
Yep.
When you redo that, and this should be small, but it really changes the feel, I think. It's like a party. It's a celebration as you're going up the thing. It is no longer like scary or like, oh, you should feel tension. It's like, oh, everybody's having fun, and it really affects the ride. It's just very
It
different.
does.
And they did like a sequel story. It's fine. Again, there's no conflict at all. Most good stories, you need like some. There's none. It's like a day in the life, which to me is not a story. It is just, hey, you want to catch up with these characters? You can now. And in the case of Princess and the Frog, I don't really. It was a fine movie.
Which is stunning to me. Which is so stunning to me. I understand the reasoning behind the revamp. I get it. I get the
Yeah.
problematic nature of Song of the South and things like that. But the Laughing Place, the Brer Rabbit, Bear, all that was such a great story. The problem is Tiana's the Princess and the Frog has a great villain.
Yeah.
The voodoo villain is a fantastic villain, and you just leave him out. You have so many opportunities to use
Well,
this and have
he
the
got
drop being like the
defeated,
magic
Dave.
exploding.
It's a sequel.
What?
He can't be there.
Well, and you know what? Rise of the Resistance happens after Episode 9. Yet Kylo Ren is
He
there,
sure is.
so
Well, that
Yeah.
doesn't make any
do whatever
sense.
you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, to build on Dave's point, on the flip side of that, like Prince Naveen's like barely in it, and I'm like, sweet, that's so cool that he's barely in it. In my opinion, I get my Gator and I get Tiana, and I'm very happy.
It's just not exciting. And so you still have, it's still Splash Mountain. The drop is great, and getting to see you're up there, the whole park, and the thrill of it's still there, and all the mini drops still really fun. You still get wet, like it's all still great. I just the way they handled some of the story, and the problem is I'm trying to put it in my head. If I've never ridden the original, I'd probably rate this higher, and so comparison is the thief of joy. You know, I'm trying not to let that sink my score. It is just tough to not compare.
It is kind of funny to, I mean, Kayla alludes to this in her thing that she just posted, but like, you make this decision to finally get rid of Song of the South because of the problems that Dave mentioned, and it's understandable. To replace it with something else that also engenders controversy is a wild decision to me.
That was my point of like, yeah, they didn't do voodoo, probably in part, Dave, because
So-
I love the voodoo.
So it's like, okay, we replaced it, but only with like the milk toast version of it, not
Yeah.
the fully revamped one, because we're still really scared of offending anyone.
Yeah.
But that leads into such a problem with how they did it too, because you wanted to not offend anybody because of the problematic nature of Song of the South and who it offends. So they said, "Oh, the natural fit is let's take this control back and have an African American lead and cast." Actually, that's a great decision. But then you made it boring and stupid, and it's like, well, now you've actually hurt your cause, I think, in a way by making it not as good, even though the characters are perfectly viable. Like it's like a disservice to them at that point.
And we have seen you could solve
I
this
mean,
with a disclaimer. You just could. And
Yeah.
it depends on which streaming service you use these days. Some of them censor, some of them just put a note at the start. This could have been a note at the start. Just this is the ride is the way it was. You know, there are certain issues with this. If you want to learn more, scan this QR code. Otherwise, enjoy the original Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
And instead, by doing a disservice to Tiana, which feels like a kind of a backhanded I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough because this was my last S. I had 4 S's, and this was my last S. I have not been on the new one. Obviously, it just opened last year.
Yep.
So like I have no idea. I've seen pictures of it. I've watched a video of part of it. Like I kind of have an idea, but it kind of hurts. And I don't want to punish it too much because the original still matters to me. And like you said, the core of the ride is still there. You know, Sean, you mentioned it, but it sucks to take something that's really good and make it worse, even if it's only somewhat.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. We can talk about this. If they were blaring "Song of the South" the whole ride, I'm like, oh, that's a very like. Some of the songs from that movie are worse than others. You know, it's a
Zippity Doo Dah is the main theme.
Yeah,
as there.
Exactly. So I don't know.
Which is a good song though. That's the
it
problem.
is. I still think it's S. It's just not like maybe borderline 1-1 for me. You still got to put an S. It is still technically an OG ride. Like, it's all the same mechanics. The story and the animatronics are a little worse for me, and that's it.
Yeah, the actual Splash Mountain was great, but I have not been on the new like renovated one. I didn't end up really liking Princess and the Frog that much when I watched it. I haven't watched it that much.
Yeah, it's not that good.
Didn't end up liking it a lot. But like the original ride, if we're not talking about the renovation, I think that the original ride deserves mid-A S.
Okay. All right. I like it.
That it was a really good ride.
We have Dave.
I agree with everything. I agree with everything she said. The original ride absolutely does deserve S. This doesn't. It just plain old doesn't. It is like B- for me with this reskin. The lack of conflict. Sean, I think the fact what you mentioned at the very beginning, the fact that you feel a sense of dread going for this huge drop, which is scary.
Yeah.
Like still to this day is kind of scary.
Yeah, it's fun.
That feeling of dread before you have your heart drop out of your chest matters. Now that dread being gone affects it so much.
Well,
that
I totally agree with you. But if you had it in S, I don't think the changes are enough to like drop it significantly. A tier,
that's what
if you have to, is fine. But you dropped like 3 tiers. That's crazy.
I dropped a B. dropped
like 15 tiers.
Like, yeah,
you gave it a J, which I didn't even think was possible.
It can't be S for me. You can't. S is the best of the best, and if you remove the things that made it the best of the best, you can't keep it.
If you had it in S and you want to put it in A, I support that. I don't think based on your own logic it can go worse than that though, because it's like, oh, they took Splash Mountain and instead of 1 huge drop and 3 other fun ones, it just goes in a circle. Like that, yeah, that would be huge. That's a big deal. It's still mechanically the same ride. What you see is just a little bit different.
Yeah.
And a little bit worse.
So, all right. So to me, it can't be S. It can be A. That's fine.
My temptation.
I'd say in between Incredicoaster and Matterhorn.
It's not better than Space Mountain, though. I will fight.
Yeah,
anyone
I think
on
it
that
is.
I would.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't put it above Space Mountain, even the old version of it. So the new version is even harder for me to do.
Kayla has it as a B- as well. She's in the same boat as Dave as taking this as like a ruined version of a classic ride.
I was getting distracted. This is the one ride I actually have been on.
I'd say go back.
I did do this ride when I was at my grad night.
You did only this ride?
Splash Mountain then is what you meant.
Yeah, the original Splash Mountain is the one ride I did.
Okay.
I just don't remember it that well, other than I got really wet.
Did you have fun?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry for it. I did.
So Cody is S.
But again, I'm realizing I'm in the massive minority of really liking Princess and the Frog, just like I was with The Incredibles, and so I don't know how to factor that in.
So I want to fight for this. There's no way it's like.
I don't know how to compare. Again, I've been on it, and I've been on this, and I've been on Haunted Mansion. Those are the 2 I've done. Like when I was at Disneyland running around, I liked this when it was Splash Mountain much more than Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. Logically,
that's the only thing I can compare.
Because we're saying like opinions, right? This is opinion based. I started the episode on a heater, and now I'm ending it on a heater.
There we go.
If you started with an S, just like logically, aside from opinion, minimal changes should not be able to drop it. Michaela and Dave from an S to a B-.
And so I also like the music.
Well, yeah, and there is.
I really like.
Yeah. So you're
I
S.
like the. It would be high A. Like I'm not really offended where it's at right now. I like it more than Haunted Mansion because those are the things I've done, and I enjoyed it more when it was the older version. And then they put a movie that I like on it, so I'm like, well, it might be a little worse than it was because it was classic and all that. But I'm like, I don't mind what they did personally, but I think I'm in the minority of that for sure. I can understand that.
So, Chris, what was your final score?
I'm borderline SA.
Okay.
And I would be the same thing. I'd be borderline SA. Yes.
A. We're all like SA. Yeah, like
SA.
Bottom of S, top A. That's three of us.
But 3 Bs.
Dave should not be allowed to do his B. I'm
Dave can have whatever grade he wants.
I am imploring Dave to reconsider B. What did Caitlin have?
I said like a little lower than where it is right now, like in between Incredicoaster and Matterhorn. I mean, Incredicoaster is like.
Okay.
I wasn't here when we talked about that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get your moment.
I'm going to get my moment.
Caitlin is A.
I say below.
Just A then. Okay. But then we have two
Yeah.
Bs kind of weighing things down.
And Callie has it as a high B, but still a B.
Okay.
That's why I have it where I have it.
All right.
And I think Haunted Mansion had a pretty high spread of votes, and I don't think it can be any higher than. I don't think, given the spread of votes, it could possibly be any higher than Big Thunder Mountain. So I think it ends up
Yeah,
here.
no, I mean it has to. Like based on the votes.
Yeah.
I want the votes to change. But based on good reasons.
I just wanted
not
to
just like
change.
it needs to be in line with me.
No,
but
actually, where this is totally
the fact
fine.
that we had two people say I would have had it S, but it's new stories, so it's B minus. That's crazy town to me. That's
It's the story matters. Stories matter, Sean. You argue stories all the time.
well, yeah, but like,
Yeah, but he wants thrill on the
All right.
rides, not story.
this is crazy. This is crazy. Anyways, so we're done with the
Yeah.
list. Not
Okay.
like I'm leaving. I'm doing a strike or anything.
Protest.
Yeah.
We're already running long, but Caitlin, go quick on something that might need to change. It's going to be tough with a group vote, but try.
What?
Where do you see as the biggest injustice? What needs to be higher or what needs to be lower of what we ranked? Or what's your favorite one that's on here? First of all,
Favorite one? My favorite ride at Disneyland?
yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're good.
The one thing that needs to be higher is Radiator Springs Racers. Why the heck's it A minus? That's S.
Thank you.
I'm fine.
Shake
You know
your-
what? I'm fine putting it ahead of Matterhorn.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We should
Okay.
definitely do that.
We can do that.
Incredicoaster.
They're still both an A, but
Coaster, I say A+.
I think it makes more sense to have that next to Incredicoasters. I mean, you could argue that Matterhorn should then be over there somewhere by Space Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain, but that's different.
And you mentioned you love Jungle Cruise and Grizzly River Run.
Yeah, Grizzly River 1 is okay. I do like Jungle Cruise. I think it could be higher. Let's see what else.
What about I'm sorry, I was reading. What about Incredicoaster? You liked it where it is?
Coaster, it needs to be higher. I'd say like A+. Like I'd say above Big Thunder Mountain and between Space Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain.
The problem is like
I'd
I
say.
agree with you, except it like can't go above like ideally it would be higher, but when you start considering okay, what actually has to move down and make it happen, I can't
That's the hard part.
based on how we voted.
Yeah.
And there's no shame in being in the A tier. You know,
Yeah.
that's still a really, really strong showing considering there's like 30 in the B through F tiers. So like it's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
This is our last chance to relitigate what's 1-1. I don't know if we're going to be able to settle on it. It's like split down the middle, and both sides like the other ride quite a bit, so it's not even like that much of a vehement fight for it. But
I don't know if we can because of the votes. Like, it wasn't really like a feel, Chris, where you're like, oh, I'm kind of feeling like we went through the votes, and even though I disagree, Pirates of the Caribbean got the highest overall score.
I think
like,
so.
To me, that's S.
I think yeah. Chris had it 1-1. I had it extremely high. Caitlin has it very high. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all have it so high. Chris has it 1-1. So at least if nobody had it 1-1, I'd have a hard time for it being 1-1,
Right.
for it being everybody's 1-3. But Chris has it 1-1, so that gives it a lot of legitimacy.
It is nice when that happens. The old scoring system we used to use for our rankings 12 years ago had that mistake built in where like middling votes were worth too many points. So sometimes our group number 1 was something nobody voted for.
Yeah.
Or it let Star Fox sneak in the top 25. Things like that.
You know,
that
like-
doesn't feel like the case here.
I think Indiana Jones should be higher, but I think there is, which I guess I'm
But I
saying.
think it's just me and you that think that, isn't it?
Kayla has it 1-1.
Michaela's at 1-1, but there were some vote. The problem is Pirates of the Caribbean. Like I still had a high score,
And
like really high.
I did too. Like,
Yeah.
I think it looks great.
I think there are some. bad opinions that do bring it down though. Like I think somebody had it in like B or worse. So
Someone did.
Yeah.
Callie had it in
I-
S.
I-
Both.
Indiana Jones was not my favorite.
oh my god,
Oh, no.
I'd
reach.
say it's in like the A.
Okay.
Oh well,
Say it,
that's
Jill.
I did not like it too much. I think it was like too jerky and like
maybe you
Old.
just didn't
if I
understand the
was, like, 5
story.
years old, I'd probably be scared when it says "Don't look at the eye." I'd be like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was your problem. Oh, you looked right
Well-
at the eye, Caitlin. No wonder
Yeah.
you
Well,
didn't like it.
Yeah, but
You were cursed.
Dave, has she been allowed to watch Indiana Jones yet?
No, we haven't seen the movie.
You're going to appreciate this ride a lot more when you watch those really old movies. I know they're really old, but and some of them are really good.
Yeah.
Sure.
probably the reason I don't like it that much is because I don't know the story.
That does help. I mean,
You
it's
gotta know the story. on the
I
ride.
think-
like
If you've
When I
watched the movies and you see Harrison Ford Han Solo be Indiana Jones, I think you'll come away from being like, oh, this is a lot cooler, although you don't really have it that low to begin with anyways.
yeah, and when I first went to Disneyland and went on like the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, I liked it. I liked the ride part of it, but I didn't get the story. And then we like went and watched all the movies, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Did you let her watch the third Guardians movie?
We
Well,
actually
we
started.
didn't
We didn't
finish
finish it yet.
Don't let her watch that movie.
So,
It made me cry.
yeah,
it literally
Cody
did
is a
make
heart
me
of
cry.
Stone.
Alex cried his heart out at the end of the second one when Yondu died. So,
well,
like,
he's
Well,
gonna be in
he
for a
has
bad time.
no
then.
idea how much worse it gets.
He might never recover.
I haven't recovered.
all right.
Anyways, I think that's probably it for
About
the
it.
list then.
as we wrap up,
Yeah.
is there anything that needs to be salvaged from the F tier?
No, I don't even that's the problem. It's an F tier, so who cares?
Yeah, you know,
No.
it matters a little bit.
I'm going F tier.
No, F. I mean, I think Maters should be in F tier myself, but that's neither here nor there. No, I mean,
I mean, like again, like Grizzly River Run. I think that absolutely should be higher. You all hate it, so like
I don't
it's
hate the
not-
idea of it.
I did.
I don't hate it.
Well,
It's
convince
just
your dad.
like a water park ride. Like you could do that somewhere else.
Thank you.
But
It's
I think
it's a simple water park ride.
as a whole, I actually kind of like where this ended up. And like Sean said, there are a
Yeah.
couple things that I don't super agree with. The Grizzly Run is definitely one of the most polarizing because there's some folks who want it higher, as like Michaela, and some folks who would rather have it not in B at all.
Oh
So
yeah.
I guess that's sort of where it has to settle in between them. Josh says his number one is Big Thunder Mountain, which I don't agree with, but I think it's a good one. And again, it's near the top of A, so it's not like a lot of people are going to disagree. I also think that's what's nice is like we're ranking these more holistically, but everybody can have their favorite.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of really good rides at Disneyland to choose from, which is why this list stretched into 3 episodes in the first place, because there's a lot to like.
Oh, no, it was that long.
And that is it.
I feel like I'll say it before and I'll say it again. Radiator Springs, I think it deserves higher. It's so good.
We're gonna have to leave it there, babe.
Caitlin, if you buy me tickets to Disneyland, I will give Radiator Springs another shot, and I will really be open to ranking it higher at that point.
Caitlin, when you come to Flagstaff, we will get in a car and speed through Sedona, and you'll just go on real Radiator Springs.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
take you on
We'll
your
go
own
to
Radiator
Seligman.
Springs.
We'll just
Yeah.
stick 2 googly eyes on the hood, and it'll be about
Yeah,
the
we'll
same
put
thing.
googly eyes on my car, and we'll fly along the old Route 66, and we'll fly through the city that's supposed to be Radiator Springs.
Yeah.
That you don't actually live
Please
that
don't
far
drive
from.
me into the Grand Canyon. Just don't drive me into the Grand Canyon.
No,
No,
we're
not
gonna-
into.
We will drive into the Grand Canyon
Well,
so you
I'll
can
crash into
experience
that
the
too,
fall.
yeah.
It'll actually be Thelma and Louise, which is a movie reference you don't understand. So that's going to do it. Next week, we have a bunch of reviews to do from things that we've consumed over the last month or so. That means Caitlin will actually be back on for part of that as we review something that Dave made us all watch that was actually pretty good. But we also have a couple other movies, a couple TV shows, things like that. So we have that coming up next week. And then all of a sudden, it's like mid-September, and then we'll have to do a Suns preview pretty soon, which is going to be a pretty big downer compared to some past years. But then again, it'll also be freeing. So we have some stuff coming up, and then, hell, before you know it, episode 500 is on the horizon. That's only 12 away now. As always, thank you for watching, tuning in live, especially. If you want to join us for that, you can go to grayareas.live. The website's not that updated anymore. Or for the show, youtube.com/@grayareaslive. That's where you can stream along with us. Your chats show up on the screen. You can see our beautiful faces and see our tier lists as they happen. We'll see you next time.